UK Sports. And tonight, it'll be the Chicago Bulls going up against the Utah Jazz. Along with the all-star team of Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, I'm Brian Anderson. And a quick look at how the Chicago Bulls schedule is shaping up. On Wednesday, they'll go up against Klay Thompson and the Dallas Mavericks. And then on Thursday, they'll be taking on Rudy Gobert and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And for their matchup with the Hawks, seems like the season's flying by as that's already their 10th contest of the year. The pecking order in the league starting to take shape.
The starters for Utah, Markkanen and Collins, the 3 and 4. George and Sexton in the backcourt. And it's Kessler in at the center position, locking down the middle. And for the Bulls, Gideon White pair to make the backcourt. Buzelis out there with Dosunmu. And it's Vucevic in at the 5. And both backcourts in this one stand cream of the crop.
Well, a lot of people would say that this is a guard-oriented league. I think it's a league of all the positions. But tonight, certainly, whoever can win that guard back.
Going with an almost entire new group here. Filipowski, he's checked in for Kessler. Hendricks comes in for Collins. Clarkson's checked in for Larry Markkanen. And it's Collier in for George. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into this first quarter. For 3, Collier. Collins with the rebound. Chicago leading by 3. The 3 is up. And it's Alvarez missing.
So far, rebounding has been a focal point for them.
Sexton looking around. Over White. Sexton, that's good. Sexton's got 10 points.
Well, what a quarter he's had. You can tell he's in the flow. They should be looking for him every possession.
Back to White. Pass to Alvarez. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket. Strong
work down low from MP. He doesn't let aggressive defense throw him off his game.
Clarkson against Herder to the middle. Here's Filipowski. The shot misses. Collins with the defensive effort. There's a 4-second difference between the shot and game clock. They get the rebound. Kicks it out to MP. Second chance shot. It's stolen by Clarkson. And the Jazz pushing it up now. For 3, Sexton. That one doesn't drop. Nikola Vucevic, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Chicago. 11 points in the quarter. He's on fire. We're coming right back. Don't go. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. And guys, what's your take on the Bulls so far?
You know, they've been relentless in how they attack the paint.
Well, if they're going to be that ferocious inside, this defense is in for a long night.
Taking a look at the Jazz. Clarkson the 2 and Markkanen is the 3. Then there's Collier, then it's Filipowski, and it's Hendricks in at the power forward position. Here's Clarkson, and a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. That went on Herder.
Well, look, Clarkson is a great guy to have in your lineup simply due to his versatility.
So he comes up empty at the line. Will stand former second-round pick Jordan Clarkson. He's averaged double-digit scoring every season.
Yeah, Brian, he's done it primarily as a 6th man. He actually already ranks among the top 10 in all-time points scored off the bench, and he's still moving up the ladder.
It is interesting that he prefers to come off the bench.
Yes, some guys do. Yeah, from range, Markkanen has such an effortless stroke.
On the wing, MP. Collins, high post. He's scoreless. Back to MP. To the wing, right side. Jones finds MP. Just 3 to shoot. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And here's Markkanen. He'll bring it up for the Jazz. Collier. And that misses. That would have put him up. Here's MP. MP, a tough bucket inside.
The motor of MP. This guy loves to win, loves to compete.
And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over after undergoing 3 ankle surgeries in 10 months in 2020 and 2021. Coach Zach Collins has bounced back amazingly.
He really has, Brian. And the injuries have really been the only problem for Zach Collins. He's got size, skill, and toughness. This guy is a very effective player when he's healthy.
His story is inspirational.
It is indeed.
Here's Collier. What a tremendous game he played against Denver. And the bucket is good. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Jones, the pass to MP. Now here's Collins. He's covered closely. Pass to MP. Smith outside. Shot clock at 5. Inside. Collins passes to Herter. Counted from distance. Herter's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
Well, that's a shot you don't mind him taking. Gets a good look and trusts his shot to knock down the 3.
To the paint. Here's Filipowski. Chicago with a rebound. This game against Utah, the first time they've met this year.
And they were shocked by this team twice last year. They just didn't play well.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. The Jazz are making progress. Coach Will Hardy said this team has shown grit and character and has developed a lot of confidence. When we're going through game preparation, the players walk away knowing if they do certain things, they can win. That's a big step in the right direction.
A bright future, Allie. Thank you. Now here's Clarkson. Still without a bucket to the inside. And it's out of bounds. Still Utah's ball.
He was all over that pass. That's a cautionary tale.
Yeah, and you know they're tracking the tips and deflections because that tells you who's affecting the game.
Nikola Vucevic is checked in for Chicago. Josh Giddey comes in for Jones. Kessler, he's checked in for Utah. John Collins comes in for Mikhailuk.
Well, this is Clarkson's role. He looks to score in a multitude of ways.
The Bulls have gotten 2 of 5 shots to fall this second quarter. Stan, how do you think the Utah Jazz have fared with a relatively young squad?
Well, Brian, I'd say admirably. It's not easy to be the less experienced team figuring things out all the time, but they continue to grow and work and get better.
Lets it go from the wing. And there's Herter. That's good on the assist by Vucevic. Vucevic has got his 3rd assist of the night. Clarkson up top, covered by MP. Pass to Kessler, the 17-footer. Smith with the rebound.
You gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
And now the Jazz on the run in transition. And finished off by Kessler.
Well, it doesn't take much for Kessler to catch that lob and slam it home.
For Chicago, they've got 3 of 6 shots to go here in the second quarter. Pass to Herter. Now Vucevic. Second shot opportunity. And it's good on the layup. Vucevic has got 13 now.
His strong shooting has really helped them secure this lead.
Here's Clarkson. Gets it to go. That makes him 2 for 3 in this game.
You got to bring more fire than that to stop Clarkson. He's a pro at fending off tight defense.
MP outside. Pass to Smith. Outside Giddey. Connects from downtown. 13 points in the game. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. Chicago ahead, up 4. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break.
Welcome, everyone, to halftime. The Chicago Bulls find themselves in a good matchup here at the break.
Once they gain position underneath the backboard, it's hard to push them out of there.
And even when they don't have position, they have guys who will knife in and steal rebounds. Like you're stealing a piece of that cake over there, Kenny.
And another important topic, injuries. Let's take a look at what's happening across the NBA.
The Clippers are at less than full strength. This team takes a big hit with Kawhi Leonard out. What he brings on both.
Thanks for joining us. Time to head back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And we're halfway through. In for Chicago. MP comes in for Giddey. Filipowski, he's checked in for Utah. Clarkson comes in for George. Jazz trail by 4. All right, Coach, what are some qualities you're looking for in a lead guard?
Well, look, you want a guy that can make plays, that can control the game. When I first got into the league, people thought about point guards as traditional pass-first guys. But now it means more than that. You want a guy who can make plays, whether it's for himself or for his teammates.
Nikola Vucevic is out there with Buzelis. Then there's Kevin Herter. Then it's MP. And it's White in at the 2. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. Herter against Markkanen. Down low. And finished off by Kessler.
Well, what I love about Walker Kessler, he's a 7-footer who plays like a 7-footer.
From deep, MP. MP rips one from long range.
Well, hey, you give him some daylight, he can knock it down.
1:04 left to play in the third quarter here. Clarkson passes to Kessler. Here's Sexton. Missed inside. Bulls leading by 3. And here's MP. 7 points in the game. Puts up a 3. Oh, another miss by MP. A chance at a 2-for-1 if they'd like.
And I really can't see why they wouldn't.
Clarkson outside. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. Clarkson's got 6.
Very little resistance around the rim right now. That's the 5th straight bucket they've given up in the paint.
MP making the long-range connection.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
White against Clarkson. From the high post. No good.
With the defense absent, that was a great opportunity, but no go.
And that's it for the third quarter. Both teams scoring well as we head to the fourth. Chicago ahead. They're up by 4. And we're just moments away from the start of quarter number 4. Stay with us. Head coach Billy Donovan is mic'd up.
We've done a great job moving the ball. Let's keep the ball.
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. Bulls leading by 4. So the Utah 5 right now. They've got Williams. Jordan Clarkson is out there with Collier. Then it's Filipowski. And it's Hendricks in at the 4. Shot is good by Alvarez.
Nice form on that jumper. MP with some solid fundamentals for a player just starting his career.
Clarkson outside. And the jumper is good at the free throw line.
Yeah, the mid-range is the sweet spot for Clarkson. He does a lot of damage from there.
From deep, MP. The shot no good. And so it's Williams with it. He brings it up for the Utah Jazz. It's Horton Tucker with a drive. And here's MP from outside. Fires in the triple.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Pass to Filipowski. To the middle. Here's Clarkson. And it's blocked by Collins. And here's MP from outside. Another 3 for Chicago. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Bulls.
Well, they're shot blocking. The defensive effort level has been great. You got to love that intensity.
You also can't ignore the good job they've done rebounding on the offensive end tonight. That hustle has been well rewarded with second chance points.
And it's Filipowski. That time on the assist by Clarkson. Filipowski's got his first basket.
Assisted buckets. Every team wants them. They show you're running effective team offense.
And a new group getting ready for Chicago. Nikola Vucevic is checked in for Collins. Buzelis comes in for Smith. Josh Giddey's checked in for Horton Tucker. And it's White in for Jones. And the foul called on MP. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Pass to Markkanen. Collins outside. He can't get that one to fall. Chicago leading by 8. Left side White. MP outside. 3-pointer. Ooh, MP drills it from the corner.
And they keep attacking from the three-point range here in the second half.
Markkanen left side. Giddey with a double team. And we're going to have a jump ball.
Ball violation. It'll be a jump ball.
Collins passes to George. And he banks in the layup.
Just a gutsy play by George inside, finding the close range look.
The Bulls have gotten 4 shots out of 6 attempts to drop so far in the fourth. Pass to Buzelis. MP with it. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth now. No good with a jumper from the wing. Now Kessler. Markkanen from long range. And it's Giddey with a rebound. MP up top. Back to Giddey. 3-pointer. Buzelis sinks it from distance. And the Bulls lead by 12.
And with a smooth shot like that, I expect Buzelis to hit a ton of three-pointers during his career.
And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. He wants their game plan to be crystal clear at this point. A minute 35 left in the fourth quarter. Markkanen outside. Back to George. Markkanen sets a screen. George, that one's good. George has got 5 points now this quarter.
And there's a nice rhythm to his three-point shot. You know, George has a confident stroke.
Outside White. Pass to Giddey. And here's MP. George defending. MP, the pass to Vucevic. From deep, Giddey. Ooh, he's found his rhythm. 7 for 10 and counting.
And they had an advantage tonight. came out sharp and did what was needed. Nice win here for the Bulls.
And they were on fire tonight. Fantastic offensive performance, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., they really shot the ball well. I mean, their coach has to be beyond thrilled with how well they played.
And they pick up their 4th win of the year. Every victory so sweet in the association.
And against a non-conference opponent, you really want to win the first one. They'll go into the next one knowing how to beat this team for sure.
And what a huge performance it was for Nikola Vucevic.
Well, that work he's shown on the glass has been spectacular. You love to see that as a coach.
Alvarez. And the layup is good off the glass.
Impressive job by this team. And you really can't discount the impact of this crowd here.
No, I'd be lying if I said the crowd doesn't have an impact. It's certainly felt from the head coach all the way down.
There's the triple. So it's the Bulls winning this one easily. A competitive game. You have to feel like this crowd gave him a little extra edge.
Yeah, they really fed off the